What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Ant for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with the daily readings. The first one I see is the first one I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs in love. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to the notification gang. I would love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, the first one I see is the first one I read, and the first one I saw was Pisces. So shout out Icy Purple. Pisces will be going first here today. As always, guys, do want to mention if you're interested in personal readings, check out my website. First link in the description below if you're interested in anything personal. But yeah, happy Monday, guys. Hello to everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend. What's up, Veronica? How's it hanging? Hey, Amanda. Hey, Red Sky. What's going on, Carol? What's going on, Michaela? Hey, Gabby. Hey, Debbie. How is everybody doing here tonight? Vanilla Capricorn, what's up? What's up? He said, I needed this. Glad. Happy to see you. Hope you're doing great. All right, though, guys, let's jump on into it. We're going to hop on into Pisces first. Sorry, did not mean to click that. We're going to hop into Pisces here first, and we'll go ahead here and get it popping. So let's see what's going on here for the fish. Messages coming in for Pisces, baby. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got coming up here for the zodiac signs of the fish in the next 24 hours? What do we got going on here for you? All right, Team Pisces, we're going to get ourselves here about this last and final shuffle. And we'll see what's up here, baby. Hopefully, we're looking at some awesome stuff. Pisces, overall energy for you is going to be the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with an earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taking a look here at the current energy, the Wheel of Fortune, what you're dealing with, Pisces. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And then taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to go ahead and be the Seven of Cups in the upright position. So let's take a look here and see what's up at this time. So for Team Fish, we got here Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. Wheel of Fortune, by the way, is a couple different signs you may be dealing with, such as an Aquarius, a Taurus, a Scorpio, or possibly a Leo here as well. Now, the Ace of Pentacles reverse usually represents missing out on an opportunity, not wanting to take an opportunity. Instead, I think you want to turn something in a different direction, Pisces. So it kind of looks to me like you have a different idea of what you want to do rather than what's being offered to you. I feel like you're purposely turning down offers in the next 24 hours because they're not necessarily in alignment with what it is you want or desire. So if the universe brings you an offer, you're like, hey, that's not necessarily what I want. That's okay. I have a different idea of what I want, so I'm going to move in the direction I want to go in instead, which is totally fine, right? Looking at what you're dealing with here, Nine of Pentacles reversed, I think you're still holding on to something here, Pisces, like you're holding on to what you really want for yourself, and despite what's being presented, I feel like if you know it's not for you, you're not really giving it here much of a chance. Looking at the outcome here being the Seven of Cups here says, I'm open to different opportunities, but if I know something's definitely not for me, then I'm not taking a chance on it, and that's just simply that. So I feel here for you guys, this can be in resonance to anything. Could be in resonance to love, resonance with career and finance, in resonance with your own personal path. But let's say, for example, we're talking about career. Maybe a career opportunity shows up, but it's like at the end of the day, I know I wouldn't be happy there. Maybe it's a certain job that you know you just definitely wouldn't like. And even though the opportunity is present, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't be happy there. I wouldn't be happy doing that kind of work. So at the end of the day, I'm open to different opportunities, but I'm not going to pick that one. Same thing when it comes to love. I mean, hey, maybe somebody here is showing up who is interested in getting to know you, interested in putting out, or not putting out, but interested in wanting to, go on a date with you, whatever the case may be. And at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I'm just not interested in this person. I'm open to different options, but, this isn't the person that I'm looking for, maybe based upon previous experiences you might have had with them, etc. So Pisces, definitely a very quick and fast message, but here's the thing, you know what you want and what you don't want. And it's not that you're completely closed off to different options, but if you know you definitely don't want something, you're not going to put yourself in that direction. Point blank, period. Okay, so take it if it resonates, guys. Leave it if it doesn't. But Pisces, thank you all so much for tuning in here nonetheless. Really appreciate you. Shout out Team Fish. All right, guys, so we did start out here today with the water signs. We're gonna do water, fire, air, earth, so we're hopping into fire signs next. Gabby said, I've been watching you since 2018. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate that support since the start. Eclipse Chaser, what's going on? You said, LOL, I put Jeopardy on pause to hear this reading. Soul Family, what did you put on pause to listen to Anne? My apologies, y'all. Jeopardy's fun, though. If anything, who knows? Maybe you could put Jeopardy on in the background just a little bit and multitask it. That'd be a fun time, right? Vanilla Capricorn, believe it or not, it wasn't a Freudian slip. I promise you. It just, genuinely, I read a comment where I saw that there, and it kind of like tripped me up a little bit. But it wasn't a Freudian slip, okay? If that's how you say that saying. But either way, though, Alice said, but karma will kick my ass for not taking the opportunity when it came to me. Well, think about it this way, though, that the karma doesn't work that way, guys. You know, I think a lot of people have this idea of karma sometimes, that it's this outside force that's here to like harm us or like inflict negativity. Karma is neither negative nor positive. Karma simply translates to action. And when there's actions, there are consequences. So of course, if we decide to miss out on something, we can have a consequence of that action. But are you really missing out on something if you didn't want it in the first place? Right? Are you really missing out on not taking up an opportunity if it's not what you wanted? No. If anything, that's not much of a consequence. It might have been actually a consequence to accept something you didn't want, because then you inflicted being in a situation you're not happy with, you know? So always do keep that in mind, guys. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to get so much karma for this and so much karma for that. It's like karma just means action, baby. So if you can take the consequences, it is what it is. You feel me, right? So that's what it's all about. Thank you, Gabby. Really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. All right, though, guys, hopping on into the fire. Let's have a look here at the Ram Fam and see what's going on here for Team Aries, okay? What do we got showing up for the Ram Fam, baby? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac signs of Aries? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus sign in the next 24 hours. Excuse me. Hey, Crystal Unfiltered Tarot, how are you? Hope you're doing great. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, Team Ram Fam, let's get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on here, baby. Hopefully all is well. All right, Aries, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Cups. You could be connecting here possibly with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Taking a look at the current energy for you, Lovers in reverse. What you're dealing with here, we got a King of Pentacles in the upright. Taking a look here at the outcome, Team Ram Fam, Star in the reverse. I'm hearing that something is not in alignment with you anymore, especially seeing the star come out in the reverse position. King of Cups here, I'm at a point where I can feel comfortable enough to acknowledge that something isn't for me. I have myself collected, my emotions are together, I feel like I'm completely put together to put everything into perspective. So you're at a point where you feel very well put together and you can see things from a healthy perspective, Aries. And I think right now what it's coming down to here is with the Lovers in reverse, there's a disconnect showing up here in your life. It could be a disconnect to your work, disconnect to a partner, to a friend, a disconnect to an idea. Maybe you've grown and you've changed as a person. The ideas you've instilled previously are not the same ideas you carry today. But it's a massive energy of change of just like, yeah, this is not what I resonate with anymore in my life. Like, I've changed as a person, and it's very true. We're going to change a lot, guys. We can change our viewpoints, what we stand for, what we're interested in, you know, all that can change very relatively quickly. So looking at what you're dealing with here at this time, King of Pentacles, I think you're taking a lot of comfort here into what you know you want to be with now or what you resonate with now. I think that you're starting to see that you're a different person. So you're starting to get comfortable with who your new version of yourself is. You're getting comfortable with a new version of who it is you truly are. And taking a look here at the outcome, star reverse, you know, the person I used to be, the path I was previously on, it just isn't for me anymore. And now that I can acknowledge that, I can bring far more acceptance into who I've become and really start focusing up on that path. You know, so whether you changed your perspective, maybe you went from a person who was very pessimistic to becoming very optimistic. And it's like, I don't resonate with the pessimistic side of who I was. I am now this optimistic person. I'm comfortable in that energy. I want to go ahead and continue to put that energy out into the universe. You could have changed your viewpoints. You could have changed who you associate with, what you like, what you don't like. But you have this, very comfortable perspective within yourself now where you can see what you are focused on and what you want versus what you don't. And I think here that you're falling out of alignment with something here very specific. Okay, so take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But Aries, thank you guys for tuning in here nonetheless. A little bit of a similar message, if you will, to what Pisces had too. All right, Ram Fam, we're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our fire, we did our water. We're going to be hopping into our air signs in just a second. Eclipse Chaser said I'd fry my brain multitasking, but thanks for the tip, Ann. Gotcha. See, for me, like multitasking, I feel like I've done it so much that I'm so used to it. So I always like to multitask because I have this issue where I'm constantly trying to be efficient with my time. I'll be honest about it. Sometimes multitasking doesn't mean efficiency, but in other times it works really well for me. But yeah, I'm a big person of like, if I feel like I'm wasting time, I gotta do something, gotta bang out everything in the most efficient way. I just like being that way. That's just how I am. Crystal Unfiltered Tarot said, I miss you, Anthony. Thank you. I'm glad to be here, my friend. I'm glad that you're here too. Thank you so much. Been a minute since I've seen you, so I hope you're doing good. For sure, for sure. Hey, what's going on? Rupali, hopefully I said your name correct. You said, hey, Aunt Pisces here. Thanks for taking us first. You're very welcome, my love. Thank you for tuning in. All right, y'all, hopping back on into it. Let's get into the air. Going in for the air signs. Let's look at the birthday peeps and see what's up here for Team Libra. Libra, want to wish you guys a happy birthday and a happy Libra season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it to the fullest, okay? What do we got going on here for our Libra baby? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. In the next 24 hours, what's going to be in store here, please, for the zodiac sign of Libra? In the next 24 hours. All right, Libra peeps, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves here this last and final shuffle, and we'll check out what's up with you. Hopefully, we are looking at some pretty fantastic stuff. Libra, overall energy for you is going to be the Ace of Swords in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, having a look at the current energy, the Four of Swords, what it is you're dealing with here, Three of Cups in the upright, and then taking a look at the current outcome, King of Swords in the upright position as well. So pretty interesting energy coming into play here for you. I mean, you got here an Ace of Swords reverse, you got here a Four of Swords in the upright. It kind of feels to me right now that maybe a part of you doesn't want to completely come in contact with some sort of truth. This could be the energy of maybe just pushing off the truth or embracing the truth for just a little bit longer in regards to a scenario. I mean, this could be about not necessarily that you're refusing to see the truth, but maybe you're refusing to accept it. Does that make sense, Libra? Maybe somebody here did something really shitty. It was out of their character. It was something that you didn't expect. And it's like, even though I know that's true to have happened, I almost don't want to believe it. I almost don't want to accept it, right? I feel like there's a little bit of a lack of acceptance here of something happening in your life. It's kind of like, if I can push it off just a little bit longer, maybe it'll be easier to accept in due time. You know, looking at what you're dealing with right now, Three of Cups, I feel like you're trying to focus on the happy parts of life, the happy things that are going on. But there is something happening in the background here. And it's like, inevitably, I can't distract myself from it for this long. Like, inevitably, it's going to be right here in my face. It is the elephant in the room, and I have to address the elephant in the room. All right, looking at the outcome, King of Swords, it's like I got to be here, I got to boss up, I got to look at this situation and take it seriously, and I can't keep dodging it. So for your next 24 hours, I feel like you are kind of ignoring the situation still. You're doing your own thing. You're just focusing on good vibes, good times, happiness, etc. But then I think that inevitably you're going to acknowledge, like, avoiding whatever this is, avoiding accepting something is going to catch up with me. So at one point or another, moving into the near future, I'm going to have to sit down and focus on accepting something that's happened. You know? And the situation is going to vary for tons of Libras. For some of you, it can be mild. Others of you, it could be mid. It could be intense for others as well. But you're dealing with a scenario here where it's like, you know, one day or another, coming up real soon, I'm going to have to kind of face this Ace of Swords moment where I see something for what it truly is. And even though I've kind of refused to accept it and I've more so been doing my best here to distract myself, I have to acknowledge this for what it really is and do something about it, you know? So Libra, that's coming up for you. Even though this reading's for the next 24 hours, like I mentioned, for the next 24, you're still having fun, kind of just dodging this a little bit. But moving into the near future, next couple of days, etc., I think we can expect to see here for you, you taking the time here to address this elephant in the room and handle business. I think you're going to see that starting to come up here, moving more than likely into the next couple of days throughout this week, okay? So do take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you so much, Libra, for coming out nonetheless. Of course, happy birthday to you and happy Libra season. Thank you guys, okay? All right, y'all, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our Libras. We're hopping into the Earth signs next. Gabby asked, am I still in New York? Yes, I am still in New York. Crystal Unfiltered Tarot said, just getting back in the game. Doing much better, Anthony. I'll definitely be here more often. Glad to hear that. Very glad to hear, most importantly, that you're doing better. That's the important part here for sure. There was another comment. Moon said, yay. I love when I get to be here with you live. Your insights are great and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, my love. Thank you for coming out, guys. I seriously mean it when I say that I appreciate anybody who can make the time to come out or to, you know, to take the time out of their day to come out. It really means a lot. There are so many familiar faces all the time, every day, that you guys literally settle time aside to come and see me. And time is money. Time is valuable. You know, time is one of the most valuable things we have sometimes. And I think that it's a really beautiful thing that you could set that aside for me. So with gratitude, thank you for that, because not a lot of people can always do that. Not a lot of people, you know, would take the time out for certain people or certain things in life. And the fact that you guys do that for me, that just makes me incredibly grateful. So thank you so much, each and every single one of you. Seriously. Okay. All right, everybody, hopping into the earth. Capricorn, let's see what's going on with you, baby, in your next 24. What's happening, Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what's going to be in store here, please, for the zodiac sign of Team Capricorn? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in the next 24 hours. All right, Cappy, we're going to get ourselves here this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up. Hopefully all is well. What do we got going on for the Capricorn gang? Overall energy here for you is going to be the 5 of Cups in reverse. You might be dealing with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Taking a look here at the current energy, we got here a 3 of Wands. What you're dealing with, Capricorn, Knight of Pentacles in the upright. Taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to be the Hierophant in the reverse. Okay, Capricorn, let's go ahead and hop on into it. You might be dealing with a Taurus right off the bat, because you do have here a Hierophant, which is Taurian energy. Now, 5 of Cups reversed here paired with the 3 of Wands. This to me says that I have been waiting for far too long. I need to move past something. No more crying over spilled milk. 5 of Cups reversed. I've waited on this for too long. 3 of Wands. It's time to pull the trigger, and it's time for me to decide to move past someone or something at this time. And I know that the journey is not going to be incredibly quick. Knight of Pentacles. I know that sometimes the process of moving on is a very slow journey, but at the end of the day, I can't let the duration of the journey push me away from staying committed to the idea of moving forward. I think for some Capricorns, here's the thing. Maybe it's a little frustrating knowing that moving on is a process, right? It is not always an overnight thing. For some people really do move past things relatively quickly, but for other people, it could take a month, it could take a couple weeks, it could take a year. It's different. Everybody has their own pace. You know, I always love that saying. I say there's no timestamp on healing. There's no timestamp on moving forward. So I think that one of the things is the duration that's showing up for you, Capricorn. It's like, that's the frustrating part, that I can't just be over with something by tomorrow, or that I can't move on from something right now in this instance. And it's frustrating because you know you have to commit to the longevity, right? The Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles says I would need to commit to the idea that it's going to be a slow process, but inevitably I'm going to get through, move forward, and let go and release. And I think that for some Capricorns, not all of you, but for some, the duration might hold you back. It might be too much. It's like, I don't want to wait too long trying to move on from somebody. But here's the thing. Would you rather keep waiting on a situation and delaying your healing even further? Or do you want to just get on track and say, fuck it, let's try moving on? Even if that's going to take a while, it's going to take even longer the more you furthermore delay your healing. So I feel for the Capricorn peeps. It's a commitment. It's hard. It's tough. But it's something that if you stick with it day by day, you're going to be able to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward a lot quicker than you can imagine. So Capricorns, no more crying over spilled milk. Let's stop waiting to heal. Let's stop waiting to move on. And even if it's a slow fucking process, let's be here for it and take it one day and one step at a time. All right, guys? You got this, baby, okay? Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Of course, do take that if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But Capricorn, thank you so much for coming out here nonetheless, okay? All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and keep it moving. Appreciate you, Team Capricorn. So far, guys, we have finished up our first batch of Zodiacs. We'll be hopping on into our second batch in just a little bit. But I hope you guys are enjoying the daily reading here today so far. Of course, if you are, drop a like, guys. Definitely drop the comments down in the comment box below. If you guys are having a good time here today, thank you all very, very much. All right. Let's see what's up with you guys, though. Vanilla Capricorn said, yes, keeping it popping, pushing, and moving along. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. Vanilla Capricorn said, I'm pushing, coming on January 2024 will be 2 years. What's happening, though, at that time when you move into the 2-year mark? Crystal said, I have known you since you were just starting. You are the best in tarot, in my opinion. You've come full circle and have made yourself successful, and you started at such a young age. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't hear that all the time, but when I hear people say things like that, I really appreciate that. Like, it's a very nice thing to hear, and I really appreciate it. I bust my butt, guys. I do. But hopefully, I can keep on busting my butt more or to be here as long as I can, man, because my goal is to stick around here with you guys as long as I can and hopefully continue having, you know, that success. So thank you. I really appreciate that. You're welcome, Vanilla Capricorn. Marlene, what's up? Hey, Ant and Soul fam. Hey, Marlene, how's it hanging? How's it going? Happy Spooky-tober, everybody. Happy Spooky-tober to you too, Britzy. Thank you very much. Charisse, you said, I love your daily readings. Big love to the Soul fam. Thank you so much, Charisse. Appreciate you. Gotcha, Vanilla Capricorn. Okay, very intense situation for sure, but I get where you're coming from now, though. I do private readings now, Crystal. Yes. So if you want a personal reading, I have a couple of different tiers. I have like an emergency reading tier, which is going to be like the most expensive because it's a 24 to 48 hour return. I have normal personal readings. And then I have a 2 for 20 questions. So you guys can pick that out too. I believe right now the 2 for 20s are not in stock. I do have a couple more that I need to get to, but they'll probably be in stock by tomorrow, if anything. A lot of people really love the 2 for 20s because it's like the cheapest alternative, but like you do get 2 questions to be answered. But in reference to any reading tier you guys get, you guys are going to get my 100 all the time. So but yeah, if you're interested, check it out. You said my name right. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. But yes, you can check on my website. It's CancerMoonsTarot.com. Hi, Nikki. You said hi. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a pretty solid weekend. I'm not going to lie. I wish I did get more things done this weekend in reference to like relaxation, because this weekend felt like, okay, I want to relax, I want to unwind, but then it was this, now I have to do that. And like when you're an adult, it's like so fucking hard to find time for yourself to relax because the majority of the time you have this errand and that errand and all this bullshit. So it was like a weekend of errands, but yesterday I did catch up on just taking a bit of a break. Typically on Sundays, I'll take time out, I'll knock out some personal readings, I'll do some extra stuff. I was like, no, I'm gonna be fucking stern with myself and relax. So I made sure I did that yesterday on Sunday. So that's where I was at pretty much. Hey, what's up, Sonia? I've been watching you only since 1,000 subscribers, and I've been loving watching you through the years, and I feel so proud of you. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. 1,000 subscribers. That was when I first started, man. Holy crap. When I first started, though, it was a hell of a ride, guys. It was a hell of a ride. In 6 months, I got 100,000 subscribers, and I just did not know that was going to happen. I remember, I don't know if it was 6 months. I might be lying, but it was under a year getting 100,000 subscribers. I'm definitely lying because I started in March, and then I hit 100K on Christmas, actually. So that's what was so fucking magical about it. It was literally on Christmas. I was like, this is a Christmas miracle that I have 100,000 subs. So it wasn't 6 months, but it was definitely under a year, and it was such a fantastic thing to experience. It was nuts when I first started tarot. I remember the first month I started, I had 1,000 subscribers in a week, 3,000 in the second week, 7,000 in the first month. I was like, what the hell am I doing on here, man? But I connected with so many of you beautiful peeps, man, and it was a hell of a time on YouTube 5 years ago. It was just so awesome in the tarot community, in the tarot space. So hell of a fucking time. Appreciate you showing up back then. You said one of your readings 4 years ago came full circle for me yesterday. LOL. Were you the person who commented thumbs up if you're watching this in 2023 or something? I think I saw that. I saw a comment about that yesterday on an older video, but that happens very frequently for people. And typically I notice it's always Scorpio videos. It's a water sign video, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I'll get like people who see that in their sub box randomly and they're like, oh, this is from 3 years ago and it resonates today. That's what I love so much about tarot, because tarot is not necessarily something that is completely only based on a time frame. Like tarot is incredibly timeless, and because it's so timeless, it has the ability to resonate at any given moment whenever you need the message. So that's what I find so cool. So it's like I can do a monthly read, but 3 years down the road, it can literally be your story and it can be there for you when you need it most. So I find that fucking dope. Crystal said you were very nervous at first and then boom, you became confident in your abilities. Yeah, for me, I think starting on YouTube and just kind of like, how do I put this? Starting and kind of moving so quickly, excuse me, in terms of just people coming along and people coming on board. I think it was definitely a little bit of an overwhelming situation for me at first, but it was also really exciting. Like as nervous as I was, being 18 years old and just like seeing this unfold for me was like the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me. So it was a lot of nerves, but a lot of excitement too. I think that now as I've gotten a bit older, I'm 24 now, I'm not 18 anymore, you know, things have slowed down. I've become more comfortable, you know, doing what it is I do. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still exciting each and every single day knowing that this is what I get to do, right? So it's fucking cool, man. It's fucking cool. Hey, what's going on, Ashu? You said, hey, I'm eagerly waiting for your reading for Taurus for October. They will be coming soon. Unfortunately, I don't have the Taurus reading done yet, but I will be getting to that as quickly as I can. I'm shooting for, if it's not out tomorrow, it's going to be all out by Wednesday, every single Earth sign. So I am on a delay. I know I am. I'm on a delay here for the October readings, but they will be done this week. Most likely going to be Wednesday, the latest. So you guys will get that up very, very soon. It's always the Scorpio videos. Yeah, it really is the Scorpio videos. I notice. Gabby said, I would like to start my tarot journey, but I feel like I'm in my own way. You got to get out of your way with tarot. 1,000%. You need to get the hell out of your way when you're reading tarot, because the moment you start getting your ego or getting the worries and getting the fears, am I correct? Does this message resonate? You're fucking up. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's like you're fucking yourself up in the way that you're not giving yourself the ability to trust in what you do. You know, when it comes to tarot, I want to point this out to anybody watching too. It's totally okay to be wrong. Like, it's totally okay to misinterpret a reading. It's totally okay to not resonate with everybody that you read for. There's no way I can resonate with every single person in the world. It's just not possible. There are people that watch my readings every day that won't get an accurate reading every day, and that's okay. So what I want to encourage anybody who's interested in getting into tarot, don't always try to be right, or don't always focus on having to be right. Just have fun with the experience. I can put out readings that don't resonate to people, but give people the most core solid advice that may apply to them later down in the future, or that reading may resonate more in the future. You know what I mean? Even if it doesn't resonate now. So when it comes to tarot, never be afraid of getting it wrong, and don't stand in the way of yourself. And I mean that by just saying, like, don't get so lost in this having to resonate or having to be right. You know, once you get in the way, it's like you're going to put yourself in a position to where you're going to freeze up, and then you're going to start feeling like you can't read at all, right? So just let it all flow out of you, and that's the most beautiful thing you can do when it comes to tarot. Crystal said, it's scary of the unknown, but you kicked ass, and I remember all of us celebrating you in December for reaching 100K, so I remember that. Yeah, that was super cool, man. I think I made a video. I put a video out on Christmas where I was just like, I can't believe that you guys got me here, you know? 100,000 subs on Christmas. It was literally a Christmas miracle. My family was upstairs. I ran down to the basement in my bedroom, pulled out my good camera at the time, filmed the video, edited it in like 15 minutes, and uploaded it instantly for you, just to give you guys a massive thank you, you know? It's an energy thing for you, Sabrina, for sure. And that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Eclipse Chaser. I appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. The 100K was nuts. It was friggin' nuts. I'm going to be super excited when we reach 300K, because it's been so hard just to get there. I've been like, 300K has been edging me. You know what I mean? It's been like 292, 293, and then like there will be unsubscribes here, subscribes here, and it's just like, fuck, can we just hit the number? You know, can we just hit the number? So hitting 300K will be a hell of a celebration when we get there. It's a very cool number. So I don't know when I'm going to get there, because YouTube's just been weird. But at the end of the day, you know, hopefully getting there at some point. It'll be very cool, right? I'm doing my best to get there, guys. Anyways, though, let me get out of my way here, being a chatty Cathy. Let's get back into it. We're going to hop back into our lovely water signs. We already touched base here with the Pisces. Let's touch base with the Cancers. I want to see what's going on for our crab gang. What do we got showing up here for Cancer, baby? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What's going to be in store here, please, for our lovely Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on here for you? All right, Team Cancer, let's get ourselves here this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up here, babe. Hopefully, all is looking well. Overall energy for you is going to be the 9 of Cups. You could be connecting here possibly with a water sign, fellow Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Taking a look at the current energy, Ace of Swords in the upright, what it is you're dealing with, we do have here the 4 of Wands, and then looking at the current outcome, Cancer is going to go ahead and be the 3 of Swords, but it's in the reverse, which is good to see that here for sure. So, let's talk about it, guys. Let's see what's going on here for you. Crab gang, we got here a 9 of Cups, we got here an Ace of Swords. I feel here for you, you're tapping into the truth that I think you're happier than you've given yourself credit for. You're more fulfilled, Cancer, than you've given yourself credit for. I know, being a Cancer myself, not only Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, I can have moments of indulging in negativity where I'm just like, let me ignore all the things I'm grateful for. Let me point out all the crappy stuff and say my life sucks, okay? I'm just keeping it real with you, Cancer. I know that I could be like that at times, and then I have to remind myself, wait a fucking minute. Just because I'm choosing right now to put my mind on the shitty things that are happening, it doesn't mean that I don't have tons of other things that are going for me right now that are super positive and awesome. And when it really comes down to it, where you choose to focus your attention, where attention goes is where energy flows. So if I'm choosing to focus my attentiveness on all the negative stuff, I'm going to be in a negative ass vibe. But sometimes I got to redirect and say, hey, let me put my attention into the positive shit going for me, because then all that positive energy is flowing right back to me, baby. Okay? Taking a look at what you're dealing with, Cancer. In your next 24, 4 of Wands. Yeah, you're starting to realize my life's in a good space. I'm in a good environment. I have healthy people. I have healthy friends. Maybe you have a great partner. Maybe you have a great job. It's an energy of gratitude, I think, really showing up for a lot of Cancerians in the next 24 hours, amongst also a realization of noticing that it's not that bad, man. You know, I get into moods sometimes where maybe I'm focused a lot on the negative stuff and think my life sucks, but 9 of Cups, I'm actually really fulfilled at this part in my life and at this time in my life. I have a lot of good things going for me. And looking at the outcome for you, 3 of Swords reversed, you know, it's the energy where it's like, I've been through really tough and extreme stuff, but guess what? Right now, that is not the case in the slightest. I've been through some really heartbreaking and intense moments in my life is what you're saying here, Cancer. But guess what? Right now, that ain't the case. It's not that bad. So I'm going to fucking enjoy it. And I'm going to let myself be fulfilled. And here's the kicker. I'm going to give myself permission to be fulfilled. A lot of the time, guys, we got to be mindful because we don't often give ourselves permission to do things. We don't give ourselves permission to be happy. We don't give ourselves permission to have fun. Sometimes we can be the biggest restrictions that are placed upon our lives. But we have to remember that if you give yourself the permission and you choose to focus on happiness and to look at the stuff you're grateful for, you can instantaneously harness that energy. So Cancers, you're looking at a lovely next 24 hours. I like it a lot for you. Of course, do take it if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But Team Cancerian, thank you so much for tuning in here nonetheless, okay? All right, Cancer, I love you guys. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have finished up our lovely and amazing water. We're going to hop on into our fire now. And we're going to take a look here at the lovely and amazing Sagittarius gang. What's up for the Saggy, baby? Message is coming in here for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What's going on, Wilma? How's it hanging? Also, what's going on, Trish? How are you? Hope you're doing great here today. What do we got showing up here for Team Sagittarius? In the next 24 hours, what is going on here for you? All right, Team Saggy, last shuffle is acquired. Let's see what's popping. Overall energy for you is the 2 of Pentacles. You could be connecting here possibly with an earth sign like a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Taking a look here into the current energy for you. Judgment in reverse, what you're dealing with, Saggy. We got the Hangman in reverse, and then looking at the outcome for Sagittarius is going to be the Chariot in the reverse position too. So let's talk about this one. First things first, you could be dealing with any water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, as all 3 of those are present here in the reading. 2 of Pentacles here, though. Judgment in reverse. I feel like you're having a difficult time choosing whether or not you want to give someone or something here a second chance. It also can mean for other Sagittarians you're having a hard time reading a situation. So I'm going to look at this reading in 2 different ways. The first way I'm going to look at it as is maybe you're having a tough time right now and whether or not you want to give a person or a situation a second chance. If that's the case here for you, Sagittarius, I think that in the next 24 hours, you're starting to realize if the answer is I don't know, then that means no. At the end of the day, if I truly knew I wanted to give someone or something a chance, I would do it. But considering that I've been so wrapped up in my head and really stuck with the idea, I'm going to take this answer as I don't know means no. And looking at what you're dealing with here, Hangman reversed, Chariot reversed, I'm not going to go forward with making a choice on something that I just simply cannot choose. Now, for other groups of Sagittarians that are watching, what I'm feeling here for you guys, 2 of Pentacles here with the Judgment in reverse, this can be representing that you're having a difficult time reading a situation. Maybe it's hard for you to pick up on a vibe, to pick up on where something is going. And if you're having a difficult time knowing where something's going, then maybe you might get to the point where it's like, I'm not going to make assumptions here. Maybe I just kind of wait it out, ride it out, see where it goes at the end of the day, instead of trying to predict what will happen. So if you can't read how somebody feels about you, maybe giving them more time will show and have them reveal how they feel about you. if you can't get a read on whether something's going to be a positive experience or a negative experience for you, maybe consider giving it more time to just see what it turns out to be. You know, sometimes as much as we want always to have the future, right? Coming from a tarot reader here, it's best to just figure it out yourself and see where it leads you, you know? So definitely keep that in mind here, Sag. That's what I feel here for you. If it resonates, cool. If not, no worries. But thank you, Sag, for coming out here nonetheless, okay? All right, baby. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have finished up our fire. We're now going to go ahead and hop on into our air signs, and running into the air, let's take a look here at the Gemini and see what's up here for you. So what's going to be going on for Team Gemini, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in the next 24 hours. What's going on here for the Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Gemini, we're going to get ourselves here this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on with you guys. Hopefully we're looking at some awesome sauce. Team Gemini, overall energy for you is the moon in reverse. You might be dealing with a Pisces for a couple of you. Having a look at the current energy, the Magician in reverse, taking a look at what you're dealing with, Four of Pentacles in the upright, and then the outcome present for you is going to be the Tower. So a couple of different zodiacs. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Virgo, or a Pisces, but moon in reverse here, Magician reverse. I think it's hard for you right now to kind of show up and address how you feel about a situation. I think that you've been holding on to something really tight. It's kind of like you've been holding in your feelings for so long that it's almost hard to identify them. You know, sometimes when things are bottled up, it means we've stowed those feelings away deep within us and we're not paying much attention to them. We're not feeling them. We just kind of stored it, threw a freaking little lock on it, and then we threw it away. And at the end of the day here, Gemini, I get that sense here that maybe you still are avoiding, stuff right now that's bottled up within you. And here's the thing. I'm a massive bottler, if you will. I don't know if that's how you call it, right? But a massive bottler. I like to bottle up a lot, or at least I did. You know, I've really started focusing in the past couple of years, learning to be more proactive with expressing my feelings. But back in the fucking day, I used to bottle everything up. And each time that I did that, it led to explosion. And it wasn't pretty. It was really ugly. Okay, it was an ugly explosion where it would explode. That doesn't sound right, but it would explode on me and explode on others. Okay, that's what she said. Either way, Gemini, let's get it a little bit of a lighthearted energy, right? It would explode everywhere, right? Either way, though, it wasn't good for me, man, to bottle up my feelings and emotions. And at the end of the day here for you, it's not going to be good for you either, because it'll either hurt you and the other person, or it'll hurt you both. And it's one of those things where if you take the time to kind of confront what's bothering you and bugging you and go through that remedy of healing and go through the remedy of just processing what it is you're feeling, I think here for any of you guys, you're going to have a much more better time than kind of avoiding what's currently bothering or bugging you, right? Because looking at the outcome here, Tower reversed here says that you're still kind of in this energy of avoidance. So for any Gemini peeps who are watching, my best advice for you guys would be to take the time out to, instead of keep your emotions so bottled inside, whether you need to vent to a friend, vent to a homie, somebody around you, somebody you can trust, or even if you need to vent to yourself, I feel like this is the time now to where you need to be willing to express what's happening little by little, day by day. Because the more that you keep bottling up those feelings, one day you're going to get to that point of explosion and it's going to be a messy time. Okay, Gemini? Y'all are dirty. I swear to God, I can't say nothing. I'm looking at the comment section right now. Gemini is going to be a messy time. You know what I really mean by that, okay? Anyways, thank you, Gemini, for watching. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but, you know, it's better out than in, Gemini, okay? All right, baby. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. I can't. Okay. All right, Gemini. That was a reading, right? Okay, so we finished up our air. We're going to hop on into our earth signs in just a sec. Hey, Rolanda, what's going on? You said, does Ant know that we're in the live readings only if we engage in the live chat? So I can only see the people that are chatting, so I can't see everybody who's viewing and watching. So for the people that are viewing and watching, I can't see like everybody who's in here, but if you're commenting, then I can see you guys showing up on the screen, okay? Marlene goes, you said it, Ant, not us, haha. Uh-huh, yeah, sure. As if all of you aren't alluding to it with your energy right now, right? Anyways, though, we did our water, we did our air, and we did our fire. We're going to be jumping into the earth sign next, okay? Manila Capricorn said, bring it on, Aunt. Hey, you never know. These reads may be what gets you to the 3K. You never know, right? Happens from time to time. All right, though, guys, moving along here forward. Team Earth sign, what do we got going on here? We did Capricorn already. Let's have a look here at the Bull Gang, see what's going on here with you for your next 24. All right, what do we got showing up here for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What's going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my Bull Gang, let's get this last and final shuffle, baby, and we'll see what's popping in here for you. Hopefully, we're looking at some pretty awesome stuff. Team Taurus, overall energy coming in is going to be the 9 of Cups. Hell yeah, baby. You could be connecting here possibly with a water sign like a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. Taking a look here at the current energy, we got a 4 of Pence. What you're dealing with at this time, we have here the Knight of Cups, or sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. And then looking at the outcome, Team Taurus is going to be the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, there you go. The King of Cups actually in the reverse showing up here at this time. All right, Team Taurus, let's talk about it real quick. 9 of Cups here to the 4 of Pentacles. I think right now you've been in a pretty great space, but I feel like this is the energy of like, I've been happy, but I'm now kind of feeling very protective of my happiness. Like I've been feeling fulfilled, but I feel like I need to protect my fulfillment because I don't need anybody coming in here and messing things up. So I feel like you're slightly on edge, and this happens. It's happened to me before tons of times where it's like, okay, life is really good. I'm doing really good. I want to make sure that I protect myself from all the evil and bad people, but sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you just can't, because what ends up happening is one or two things. Either you try so hard to protect yourself from a shitty situation arising and life just happens to you anyways, or you try so hard to protect yourself that you forget to enjoy the good stuff right in front of you. That's the tough part when it comes to self-preservation or self-protection. It's like I got good stuff happening here, but my mind's going to worries. It's not going to the actual enjoyment and pleasure of what's in front of me. So that's where it gets a bit tough, Taurus. And looking at what you're dealing with here being the Knight of Pentacles, it's like things have been stable. Things have been well. But it's that creepy feeling of like, when is something going to come in and fuck this all up? And when we start focusing on that feeling, it takes us away from what's right in front of us. And I have this kind of reading show up a lot in my daily readings, so I'm sorry if it's repetitive. But it's a very true thing. You know, a lot of the time, we're like, yo, life's good. When's the tower moment coming? Because we expect it. It's a reality of duality. But it shouldn't matter when the next tower moment happens. It shouldn't matter when somebody comes in and, you know, does something shitty. It shouldn't matter. When it happens, if it happens. Right now, the main goal is to be present, to focus up on the good stuff in front of us. Because what will end up happening is the more that we distract ourselves and worry ourselves with fears and get full of fears, King of Cups reversed here for the outcome, we're not going to be having such much of a good time as we previously were. So for any Taurians that are watching, my advisory here is you got the good stuff here. You don't have to hold on to this idea of needing to protect it with everything in your power. Remember, if we have things in our lives that are meant for us, they don't need to be protected because they're meant for us. They're going to stick around. When it comes towards the worries and the fears, allow yourself to breathe through those worries and fears and say, you know what? Fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. Doesn't mean that the things I fear for are the things that are going to happen. And at the end of the day, I'm doing well. And allow yourself to do well. Give yourself permission to not worry as well. And I think you're going to see a heck of a difference. I can't tell you guys how many times I've had good things going for me, but I sat there and riddled myself with fear and worry to the point where it was no longer enjoyable to have something good in my life, because at that point, I was just terrified something was going to take the good things away from me. And whether that happens or not, it's best to enjoy the stuff that's in front of us with the time that we have it, okay? So for any Taurians who's watching, take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, that advice is so fucking powerful. It really is. Because the last thing you want to do is end up missing out on everything you had in front of you because the whole time you were worried with fear. Okay? All right, my Bull Gang peeps, I love you. Sending out so much love to the Taurus. Take that if it resonates, of course. Leave it if it doesn't. But thank you for coming out here today for your reading so much nonetheless, okay? All right, my Taurus, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have finished up our second batch of Zodiacs here for the daily read. We're going to be hopping on into our last and final batch shortly. So bear with me, guys, and we'll get on to it. That's exactly how, or that's how I can be exactly. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You said yes, Aunt Marlene. Glad I resonate with you, dog. That's what's up. Eclipse Chaser said, don't allow that thought. Here's the thing. We can't stop these thoughts, right? I'm going to be super real with you guys for a second. We can't stop anxious thoughts. We cannot stop negative thoughts. I think that a lot of the time, the thing that we try to do is we try to say, stop thinking this way. There is no way to stop thinking a certain way. Your mind just thinks, okay? At the end of the day, we also can pick up thought forms that aren't even our own. So we can be thinking thoughts that aren't even our thoughts that were originated from us. We can be looking at somebody and start picking up on what they're thinking about. So the truth is, we can't eliminate negative thoughts. We can't eliminate anxious thoughts. We can't eliminate worries and fears. But what we can do is when they come up, we can choose not to resonate with them. Remember, you have a power within you of choice. You can choose to resonate and believe a thought, or you can choose to say that thought is stupid. Fuck that thought. It's dumb, right? Have you ever thought to yourself for a moment, ugh, I hate this thing. And then you're like, why did I even say that? I don't hate this at all. Because sometimes the shit you're thinking isn't what you truly resonate with. So when we start allowing ourselves to recognize that we have the power to choose whether or not we're going to resonate with that thought, and we start becoming more aware of observing our thoughts, then we can filter out this thought I resonate with, this thought I don't resonate with, and it changes the game. It really does. And I learned about observing my thoughts from Aaron Doughty. When Aaron Doughty started talking about how he meditates in the format of he lets his mind free roam. He lets his mind think and think and think and think. And he observes it. He doesn't engage in it emotionally. He doesn't engage in his thoughts with resonance. At the end of the day, I have tons of negative thoughts every day, and sometimes those negative thoughts will come up, but I stay observant and aware. And when those negative thoughts come up, I just let them pass. Instead of saying, yeah, I resonate with that. Yeah, I'm going to give my emotions to that. No, I'm going to let it pass. Let it go through my brain, out into the ethers, out into the universe. And when a nice, beautiful thought comes into mind, I'm going to put my passion in there. I'm going to put my soul in there. I'm going to put my energy in there and claim it if it's a beautiful one, right? So always remember that. We can't stop the thinking. It's always going to happen. But we got to recognize that we have that power of choice to resonate with what it is we do think about. So super important message. Hope that helps out too. That was fucking game changing for me in my life. I used to really think like, maybe I can just think differently, just think better thoughts. That has never worked in my life because you just can't think better thoughts all the time. You just can't get rid of negative thoughts. I thought, oh my God, I can ban negativity from my life. You just can't. That's why I'm a major preacher too of positive reinforcement as well, because positive reinforcement's awesome. It's like you become aware of the negative thought and then you transform that negative thought into something positive instead. It'll train your brain to think more positively, but it won't eliminate the negative thoughts. But at least if you can be aware of those thoughts, you can AKA choose not to resonate with them, and then you can choose to reinforce it and empower it with positivity. It's a wonderful way, man, to switch things up. Hey Sheila, you said so true. In the last year, I just ended up in a wheelchair at the age of 52. I have to work through negative thoughts every day. Me either. And for sure. And I'm sorry that happened for you. But at the end of the day, as you're mentioning, right, you have to work through those negative thoughts no matter what. Because those negative thoughts are not going to be something that you can just instantaneously say, oh yeah, I'm not going to think them anymore. And poof, they're gone. That's just not how it works, right? At the end of the day, those thoughts are going to show up for you. So what you do is you become aware of them and you say, I'm not giving you my power. I'm not choosing to resonate with you. Point blank, period. Okay, absolutely. I love that for you, Sheila. I'm happy that you're at that point where you're doing your best here to just transform it and transmute it into something more positive, which is fantastic. Okay. All right, though, guys. Kat said I call it ninja training. I like that one. Very cool. But real quick, though, guys, I just want to take a moment real fast just to have a little bit of a break, and then we're going to get back into the last and final 4 signs. I'm going to get some coffee in me, and then we'll get on back into the rest of the readings here for today. So guys, thank you for your patience. Just give me literally 1 minute and I'll be right back. Okay, drop a like if you're enjoying so far, and then we'll be back soon. Thank y'all.
I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun. I don't wanna fall in love, 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 fall in love. I don't wanna fall in love. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun. I don't wanna fall in love.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you all so much for your patience. I got a couple questions here real quick, then we're going to continue. Or I'm just going to read a couple comments. Vanilla Capricorn, you said it's time to wash the pup. Wish me luck. Thanks a ton, Aunt. Love and light to all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming out. Best of luck washing the dog. Some dogs are not too keen on it, so it happens, but best of luck for you. Hopefully everything goes very smoothly for you. Rolanda said, are you able to do your own reading? Inquiring minds like to know. So for me personally, I've never had necessarily a huge issue reading for myself, but it can be very difficult for readers or anybody practicing tarot to read for themselves in general, because a lot of the time, or not even a lot of the time, what you have to do when you're reading for yourself is you have to separate your ego completely from the reading, as if you're almost reading for another person. You have to be willing to embrace the hard truth and not want to bend the reading in your favor. I can definitely say when I first started, I think that I was trying to bend the reading in my favor, but over the amounts of thousands of readings that I've done over these years, I've learned that ego is the number one thing that's got to get the hell out of the way when it comes to doing a reading. So when I read for myself, whatever the truth is, I don't care if it's harsh, I'm going to see it. Now, in reference to reading for myself, I don't really do it much. I'm not very interested in knowing my future or watching readings or getting readings done. There's time to time where I'm interested in getting a reading from somebody just to, get a little bit of updates of what's going on in life. But for me, most of the time, I almost never read for myself unless I'm kind of at a little bit of a loss and want some insight. But yeah, I mean, I have the ability to do it, but it just comes down to me having to not bend it in my favor. And it has to come down to me pushing the ego to the side and saying, hey, even if a harsh truth comes out, you got to go ahead and completely embrace it for what it is. So that's how it is for me personally. Marlene said, Aunt, thank you so much for your intelligence and wisdom. You're my personal therapist without even knowing it. I love you. I love you too, Marlene. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Crystal said, I need to know how to do the BRB on my live stream. It really comes down to using software. So I use a software called OBS, Open Broadcasting Software. I believe that's what the acronym is. Regardless, though, I use that accompanied with something called a Stream Deck, which is basically I can select, different... I can click the different scenes with buttons in real life rather than using my mouse to click everything on there. But essentially, when you get OBS, you can put your microphone in, your camera in, and then you can make different scenes. So essentially all I'm doing when I click the BRB button is I'm switching a scene. So the camera's still live, but only you guys can see what scene I click on. So when I'm clicking on the front camera scene, only you guys can see this. When I click the second camera, only you guys can see this. When I click this, only you guys can see this, right? So at the end of the day, I'm just clicking different scenes and it'll show up as to what you will view when I can see everything else. So yeah, check it out. It's called OBS. It's free to download. It's free software, and there's tons of videos all over YouTube if you want to learn how to navigate that software and how you can use it to really help you out with any kind of videos you're making. But basically, it's majority of the time it's for live streaming and such, but it can be super beneficial just for regular videos too. All right, though, guys, let's hop back on into it. Rolanda said, thank you for that explanation. You're super welcome. Thank you, Rolanda, for asking. I appreciate that. And let's hop back into it. So we're going back into fire. We touched base with Aries. We did Sag. Let's get on into the lovely and amazing Leo gang and see what's popping in here for the Lions. So what do we got going on here for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on here for ya? Message is showing up here for Leo. In the next 24 hours, what do we got going on? You're welcome, Crystal. Yeah, check it out. It's free to download and free to use, okay? All right, though. Team Leo, you guys are having tons of cards coming out. Wait a minute, baby. Let's get one more shuffle, and we'll see what's up with you. Hopefully, we're looking at some pretty awesome stuff. Leo, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Wands in reverse. You could be connecting here possibly with a fire sign like an Aries, a Sag, or a Leo. Taking a look at the current energy, the Moon in reverse, what you're dealing with at this time, the Temperance, and then taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to go ahead and be the Six of Swords in the upright position here as well. So let's have a look here and see what's up here for our Lion gang. King of Wands in reverse here, paired with the Moon in reverse as well. I think right now you're not very interested, I think, in expressing how you feel towards somebody. This kind of looks to me like you're moving low key. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's a good way to go about it, though. Like when you're doing really good in life, sometimes it's not always the best to be so openly expressive about that to other people, just because evil eye, jealousy, people around you who don't have your best intentions at heart. And I think that if you're aware that there are some snakes in the garden, Leo, if you're aware that there are some people around you that may not have your best intentions at heart, it's like, why do I want to sit there and express, oh my God, I'm living my best life ever? Because then what are they going to do? They're going to be like, oh my God, Leo's living their best life ever? I hope that they don't. You know what I mean? There are people out there that are like that. There are people out there that are like, oh, you're happy? I wish you weren't. Okay? People do that shit. I'm not saying it's a great thing to do, but people are going to fucking do that shit nonetheless. Because where there's misery, there's motherfuckers that want company. Point blank period. So Leo, for your perspective here, Temperance card, yeah, I'm doing freaking great. But guess what? I'm going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward and still do great, but I'm going to do it myself. You're doing your own thing here right now with the Six of Swords. I feel like this is the energy about moving low key. Not everybody needs to know my business. And as Lulu from the House of Oshun has said, not everybody always wants your good news. Not everybody always wants to hear your good news. And it's very true. So sometimes we got to be incredibly mindful of the news we share, because there might be some people there who are waiting and hoping that some bad news can come on in. All right. So Leos, I love you. Take it if it resonates. If you're moving low key and you're happy dappy, I fucking love that for you. And I support that shit, and live your best life. Okay. All right, Lion Gang, we're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you guys so much for coming on out. All right. All right, baby. So we finished up all of the fire signs. You guys are done for today. Thank you for stopping by. Hopping back into our water. Let's have a look here at the Scorpio and see what's going on. Marlene said, I love when you make those voices. Haha. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got a side of me that likes to be very silly. I'm just a silly little guy. All right. What's going on for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Scorpio, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's popping here, baby. Hopefully, we are looking at some awesome stuff. What's up with our Scorpio gang? Scorpio, overall energy for you is going to be the Knight of Swords. You could be connecting here possibly with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Having a look at the current energy, Nine of Swords, what it is you're dealing with at this time. Temperance in reverse. Taking a look here at the outcome for you. King of Cups in the reverse position as well. Interesting. So for the next 24 hours for Scorpios, Knight of Swords in the upright here to the Nine of Swords. I think that this could be the energy of potentially venting to some people around you. You might be saying, listen, I haven't been feeling the best or haven't been doing so well, but I feel like you're shooting the shit and being open about it. I think you might be communicating to somebody here that maybe things have been a little bit hard or rough lately, because the Nine of Swords represents like, maybe I'm super anxious about something. Maybe I've been a little bit sad about something. It represents that maybe you're not feeling the best. So I think that you're communicating that to people around you. Having a look at what you're dealing with here. Yeah, temperance reversed. I think that it's been a little hard maybe to keep a consistent high vibration, or it's been a little bit tough to keep a consistent positive mood. Maybe you just feel like you're at a point in the next 24 hours where your emotions are all over the place. And if you feel that way, know that that's okay, because it's going to pass, Scorpio, right? Having a look at the outcome here, King of Cups reversed, it's like, yeah, I'm not feeling on my A game in the next 24. I'm feeling a little bit all over the place emotionally, but I think you're doing something great here by talking about it. Knight of Swords, communicating, talking to your mom, to your dad, to a friend, to a family member, to a lover, even if it's about talking to your damn self or talking to a dog. Guys, I can't tell you the amount of times that I talk to my dog all the time. You know, my dog doesn't live with me anymore because my dog's, you know, with my parents and all, but when I see my dog, I will talk to him like he can fucking have a conversation back with me, and I'll vent to my puppy about what the hell's going on in my life. Okay, call me crazy, I don't care, period. So I feel here for any Scorpio peeps that are feeling this way, it's good that you're getting it out in your next 24 hours. That's the vibe I'm seeing here for you. I think it's all about getting it out, letting it out. And if it's been a little bit of a rough day, let yourself vent, let that energy go, and just know that better days are ahead. Today might have been crappy, but cheers to tomorrow. You know, I feel like it's that kind of vibe. And I'm throwing this out there. It's not going to resonate to every Scorpio, so don't automatically assume if you're a Scorpio like, oh God, tomorrow's going to suck. It might not. It might not be your story. But if you just have a bit of a rough day where like emotions are everywhere, vent that shit, let it out, do some self-care. You know what I'm saying? Take a nice hot shower, go put on some moisturizer. Even if you're a dude, moisturize your fucking face. It's important, okay? Take a hot shower as a dude. It's awesome. Take a bath. It's awesome. Either way, take care of yourself and, cheers to a better day tomorrow. All right, Scorpios, I love you. Thank you for watching. If it resonates, cool. If not, absolutely no worries. Let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we have finished up our lovely and amazing water. We have also finished up our fire. So we'll be moving here into air signs in a second. Leela said, thank you for this. It's a very true story for me. Cappy here. You're very welcome. Happy to resonate with you, love. Crystal said, odd question for Anthony. When you grew your channel, especially so fast and became successful at 18, did you lose any of your friends from them being jealous or just have friends that came for money? Not necessarily. I hadn't had that kind of situation happen to me. I think that my friends were very confused at first at what it is I was doing. Because this was not the norm, right? Tarot was not the norm. My own spirituality was not the norm to them. As when I started going through my spiritual transformation at 17 and moving on forward from that, I kept it to myself. I never really spoke to anybody about what I was dealing with and what I was going through. But in reference to when they found out about it, I never told anybody really. I kind of just waited a while until I felt comfortable to share it with my friends. They had a lot of support for me, and they still do up until today. I've never felt much jealousy from friends or from family or anything of that nature. I felt resistance from certain people, finding it a little odd about what it is I do, but it wasn't necessarily negative energy, right? In reference for people that came for money, nobody's ever came for my money in that retrospect, which is great. Nobody's ever really just said, hey, you look like you're making tons and tons of money. And I mean, to be fair, like when I was a bit younger, doing tarot, there was a time where the money, I was like, wow, this is not what I expected to be making. But at the same time, it's no responsibilities. You could save more when you're younger. But I've never had anybody come around me just for financial purposes. And that wouldn't fly with me anyways, because I'm a very humble person with money and I will take care of you if you need to be taken care of. But my type of mentality is like, I don't fuck with that shit. So I wouldn't allow it anyways. But no, I haven't had negative instances like that for sure. Don't think so, to be honest. It's been rather chill. I think, if anything, the most kind of jealousy or negativity that I have seen has been from like online people, if anything, not necessarily from the people in my life who have been supportive of me. Marlene said, so spot on. I'm crying right now. I need to be single forever. I'm sorry that you're crying, my love. I hope you feel better. Marlene, I think you just got to figure out what the hell do you want? Especially with your romantic situation. It's like, you got to figure out what the heck do you want? Like, do you want to have a connection with like, are you interested in being involved with somebody romantically at this time, or do you feel like you need to be single, take time out to work on yourself, or be single because maybe that's just what you want at this time in your life? Once you kind of get that figured out, I think it's going to be a lot more smooth sailing here for you, For sure. Thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. What sign are we on? So we finished up all the fire and the water. We'll be moving on into Aquarius in just a second, guys. All right, though, let's get into it, baby. 2 more signs. I am getting tired, though. God dang it. Let's hop on into Aquarius, though, and see what's up. What do we got going on here for the Aqua, baby? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is showing up here for Aquarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus signs in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aquarius, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves here this last and final shuffle. And we'll see what's going on with you guys. Hopefully we're looking at some awesome stuff. Aqua, overall energy for you is the 5 of Swords in the upright position. You could be connecting here with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. For the current energy, we have here the 4 of Wands. What you're dealing with, we got the King of Wands, and then looking at the outcome, Aquarius, is going to be the Star in the reverse position. So let's see what's up with you guys. First things first, I do want to mention 5 of Swords here in the upright paired with the 4 of Wands in the upright as well. Things aren't always perfect. Sometimes there's trouble in paradise. Sometimes with the people we love most, we can definitely have a little bit of a hard time resonating or agreeing to disagree. So it looks to me like you could be having a little bit of a difficult time with the person that you love here, Aquarius. It's like, it feels to me like you might be frustrated with somebody right now. But you know what I think it is, Aqua? It's like you're frustrated with somebody you love, but they're so distracted that they can't even see that you're frustrated with them. And that happens. Sometimes you're frustrated with a person, but because they're so damn distracted, they can't even see your frustration. And then it makes you a little bit more frustrated, right? Looking at the outcome, Aquarius, Star reverse, it's like, ugh, Ant, I think I give up hope right now in reaching this person, because it feels to me like no matter what I do, they are just not tapped in to understand, what it is that I'm talking about or what it is that I am feeling at this time. I'm definitely seeing somebody being distracted here, Aquarius, and I think that it frustrates you a little bit more. Here's my thing, though. If you love somebody and you care about them, and even if you're frustrated with them, I think that at the end of the day, probably the best thing you can do is be like, listen, let's talk about it. Let me come up to them and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is how I'm feeling. Here is my frustration. And then maybe I think they'll be able to see it from that retrospect, because I feel like right now they're not picking up on it because they might be distracted. But if you were to reach out and speak your truth, then you can do something about it, right? So be proactive here with conversation would be my advisory for Aquarians moving into the next 24 hours. I know sometimes things can be abundantly clear. Like, I know that I can make it abundantly clear that I'm mad at somebody just with my energy alone rather than having to say a word. But sometimes people really just don't pick up on it, even if you think, how could you not pick up on it, right? It happens. And I would say here for Aquarians that are feeling this way, the best way to not only get out this frustration, but to communicate and get to a better place is going to be the communication. Reaching out and speaking your truth, telling this person how you feel. So that's what I would say here for Aqua. Take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But I think that reaching out would be the best bet here for your next 24. Okay. All right, Aquarius, sending out to you my love. Thank you for tuning in. If it resonates, cool. If not, no worries. But thank you, Team Aqua, for stopping on by. Okay. All right, baby. Let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And now, guys, for the time you have all been waiting for, hopping on into the earth, Team Virgo, let's go ahead and get it cracking, baby. What do we got going on? Message is showing up here for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. In the next 24 hours, what's going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Team Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in the next 24 hours. All right, my Virgo gang, we're going to get ourselves here this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up with you, baby. Hopefully, we're looking at some pretty fantastic stuff for the Virgo gang. Overall energy for you is going to be the, I want to say the High Priestess, but it's the Hierophant. There you go. It's the Hierophant. You could be connecting here with the Taurus for some of you. Taking a look here at the current energy, Chariot in reverse, what you're dealing with right now, Virgo. We got here the Ten of Wands. And then taking a look at the outcome, Virgo peeps, we got here the Two of Cups in the reverse position. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Virgo, first things first, you might be dealing with a Taurus. You also could be connecting here with a Cancer. Now, Hierophant here, Chariot here in the reverse. Can I really go forward and go through with this commitment? I think some of you are worried if you can continue to maintain a commitment, if you can continue to keep up with a commitment, because it's causing this Ten of Wands. It's causing a burden. It's causing a lot. And I think something here feels like too much. Maybe you made a commitment to work on something. Could be career-based, could be a personal project. Maybe you made a commitment to a person. Maybe you made a commitment here to yourself. But I think that you're beginning to feel like this has been too much. And I'm not a person here to break commitments, but I think we have to always remember, guys, just because we made a commitment doesn't mean that we cannot change our minds. Because guess what? What you originally committed to can change over time as well. You know, a lot of people back in the day were very traditional, right? When it comes to marriage, we cannot have divorce. It doesn't matter if my person changes. It doesn't matter if my husband or my wife cheats on me a million times. We made a vow to be married. At the end of the day, in this day of age, divorce, if it happens, it happens. Why would somebody want to stay with a partner they married if that person completely changed? If you weren't the person I married, and if you didn't go out, and here's the thing, people are going to change no matter what, but despite somebody not being the person you married, if they've transformed in a manner where they are a person you can't even recognize or a person you can't even resonate with, why would you uphold that commitment? Despite traditions, would it be fair for you to continue remaining in something that you're unhappy in? No. So I feel here for any Virgo peeps that are watching, it's like you want to hold up your end of the bargain, you want to hold on to some sort of commitment, you want to keep putting in that faith and that work here, but if it's destroying your soul in the process, is it fucking worth it? Ten of Wands. Hell no. Is it worth staying in a relationship with somebody who you can't even recognize anymore? Hell no. Is it worth working a job that is sacrificing your health, mental or physical, and, you know, in comparison to getting money? Hell no. Find another one that can balance things out, right? At the end of the day, guys, no matter how many commitments we may make, it doesn't mean that we cannot change them, especially if the commitment itself has changed, and if it's changed in a way that you no longer can manage or keep up with. Looking at the outcome here, Virgo, Two of Cups reversed, I think you're getting to that point where it is time to unwind, unplug, and disconnect. It doesn't mean that you're not loyal if you need to take a step back. It doesn't mean you're not loyal if things changed. At the end of the day, what it really comes down to is that despite what I've committed to, this isn't what I want. And if it's affecting you in a manner that's not healthy, you deserve to put your health first. All right, Virgos, take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but I appreciate you coming out here so much nonetheless, and I think it's incredibly true. You have to put yourself first sometimes. And if your circumstances here that you have devoted yourself to are really working against you and not working for you, it's not fair to you to keep putting yourself in an unhappy circumstance. You deserve the best. All right, Virgos, I love you guys. Take that if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But Team Virgo, I appreciate you coming out here so much nonetheless. All right, guys. All right, baby. We're going to keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And with that all being said, guys, thank you all so much for coming out here to today's daily reading. I really appreciate, love, and respect each and every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for your love and for your support being here today. I do hope everybody had a lovely weekend. I hope you're looking towards a kick-ass week. Happy Monday to everybody. For everybody who's here, if you can drop a like, that'd be super awesome. And if you can drop a comment down below, that'd be really cool as well. Of course, if anybody here would love to subscribe, I'd be happy to have you and welcome you here into the Soul family. So if you're interested in hitting that subscribe button, please do and join us on this journey. I would really appreciate it, my friends. Thank you guys so much. As always, I do want to say, if you're interested in a personal reading, first link in the description below to CancerMoonsTarot.com. I'll be happy to book you if you would like a personal reading with me. And in reference, guys, to the Earth signs for October, by Wednesday the latest, your videos will be posted, so stay tuned, Earth signs. I'm getting to you as quickly as possible, okay? All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for your support as always. Thank you for your kindness as always. And I'm wishing you all a very, very happy Monday. Guys, take care. Have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you all later. Much love. And have yourselves a good one. Peace. Later, y'all.